Nakua Matata.
Did we just go live?
Did we just go live? I'm gonna kill you, man. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
So much content was just lost.
Into Hey Football Head.
But we've been recording the audio, yeah? Do we have to restart the whole episode?
No.
Take it off. Keep it going. Keep going. Do it live.
But we have the audio. Okay, whatever. We're live now. Welcome to whoever's watching us on YouTube. We are not a professional podcast, obviously. If you've been listening to me for this long, you're a sicko. Okay? Over the years.
Couldn't listen. You weren't live.
Well, hopefully the audio is captured so we can get this on Spotify or Apple. Regardless, welcome to our YouTube. You missed some great shit already. Gonna have to catch us on Spotify or Apple Podcast. Follow Hey Football Head. We're there. Moving up, moving back to the power.
I think it's proof that nobody's watching because we didn't receive any sort of text.
Oh, nobody's. It's just us three, right? That's why I'm saying.
That's okay.
I'll kill you.
I'll do my monologue again later.
Oh, I'm sure you've got plenty to say.
Right.
Kefler's team puts up 158. I moved him up 4 spots. Kamara, Lamar Jackson. If Amon-Ra St. Brown is healthy and can contribute like he has in the past, this is a playoff team, no doubt. Bobby moved him up a spot as well because he got the win. I had talked shit about Calvin Ridley last week because he hasn't been very consistent in his production, but he had a huge game for Tennessee. Obviously, the talent is still there, even with Will Levis and like a shitty team. Sometimes a number 1 wide receiver on a shitty team, pretty good volume, pretty good production. You never know if the talent's there. Number 2, I dropped Scrapdoor out of the 1 spot to the 2 spot. He's 1-1. He lost. He didn't get shit. Pat Mahomes threw 3 interceptions. Diggs didn't have a game, even though Houston won. It'll be interesting to see if Scrapdoor can hang on to the top spot as the next few weeks roll on. And then I think I was right about this team. I definitely still think this is the number 1 team in our league right now. Lamb before time, 2-0. Camille Javon overcomes bad weeks from Anthony Richardson and the plug-and-play Isaiah Likely. But Chris Godwin, Malik Neighbors, and Fred Warner Jr., middle linebacker 49ers, with a monster game, carry this guy to another triple-digit win. And that's the power rankings. I got to blow my nose. Oh. Anything to say, Blaine, or are you just here to show off the mustache? You got any opinion?
On those power rankings, seems like a lot of movement. Seems like a lot of topsy-turvy even in our own league. Doesn't seem like we're
week 2
shaking it up. So yeah, I think your number 1 and your number 12 are correct. Everything in the middle is fluid. So I love the commentary. And Max, I really loved what you said earlier. I can't wait till you get back on this. I really want to.
Well, we did skip Max. Max, you kind of dodged my question. Don't lose the forest for the trees. Is that do you think that applies to you or not?
Well, it's interesting wording there, and I appreciate the comments, Commissioner. I would think that when I'm in the forest, there are trees, and we're looking at the trees. You don't lose trees by going into a forest; you gain trees. So I don't know what kind of witchcraft you're talking about, but yeah.
Start breaking off sticks and making really pointy arrows.
Make your own tree
and start attacking.
Yeah, we're planting ways to win. All right, we're planting our own winning trees.
I hope you're scratching these trees so you don't get lost. That's all I'm hoping for. Hope you know where you're at. I don't want you getting lost.
Shout out Balto.
Blair Witch will find me.
Way to shove a Balto reference into this podcast.
Balto is a part of me.
Yes.
You don't get Tim without Balto.
I hope he doesn't find his way.
Next segment, I guess. Fuck, let's get out of here. What are we doing? You want to play Xbox?
What's next? Yeah, dial it up.
Waiver wire. Dial it up, producer Max. Waiver wire. Let's see what the movers and shakers are doing.
Was lit this week. I honestly
People spent some money.
Oh yeah.
Classic Lou getting some stuff for free. Let's get down to the heavy spenders first, and we'll scroll up from here. There we go. Yep. So I dropped Tua. Tua's going on IR. Anyone who's got Tua, you should do the same. But big spender this week. We'd have to let me check the
so
offers
Carson
report.
Steele is kind of the fullback.
Who is
right?
Carson Steele?
Hey, yeah, my understanding is he's this electric fullback that's just taking.
He's like a gadget player.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would think the second string running back is Samaje
Perine.
Perine.
Yeah.
You know, so Carson Steele going for $54 is probably one of the most chun things you could ever witness.
It gets better. It gets better. Check the offer reports. There was there was one other bid in our league for Carson Steele. It was by Skunk Boy for $3.
Yeah.
Chun blows $54 thinking Carson Steele, a undrafted gadget fullback, is going to all of a sudden replace Isaiah Pacheco in that offense. Maybe he does. But
he also, in the same waiver report, he also goes for Samaje Perine and also Kareem Hunt, but those are both rejected because he used the same player to revert to like boost out.
Yeah, he was if I don't get Carson Steele, then I'd like to get Samaje or Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt, who's not even on a team. Typical. Chun's done this with Kareem Hunt a few times.
Kareem Hunt is on the
picks him up before he's even signed.
Yeah, 0.3 fantasy points week 1, 0.4 fantasy points week 2 for Carson.
Did you hear that, Tim? Did you hear that Kareem Hunt is on a team?
He's on the practice squad.
He's on Kansas City's team, yeah.
Going to be signed to the team. He's old. I mean, it's not like you shouldn't be looking to add these guys, but $54 for Carson Steele is a little bit misjudged.
It could be the steal of the season, but that's yet to be seen. You
got a good offense.
$15 over the next bid is. I would love to hear his thought on like how many times he boosted it up, right? Like, did he go 20? And
what was the starting bid?
Right. Like,
and how did he end up at 54?
Did he start with 54? Because 54 is a wild price. Or did he fat finger it like Matt and do 5 and then enter?
Have you seen Chun's fingers?
And 55. It's interesting. $55 was like the like I'm not going higher than 55.
Yeah, if someone does 55, they get him. And we're like,
it is kind of hard to know. It's kind of hard to know what is your limit.
I was surprised. I took Samaje and Kareem Hunt this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird you don't put Perine in front of a $54 bet for Carson Steele.
Samaje Perine has more of the blocking capability. He's a blocking running back, so he's going to be in on more plays. Steele maybe has the pass catching ability, but Samaje Perine also
Steele baby.
What's that?
Steele baby?
I didn't say that, but that's good.
Steele baby.
Well, we'll see. I mean, seems like we're in agreement that 54 was too much to pay. It is a flyer. There goes half your fab.
He might win. There should be
listen-
an award for like worst pickup of the year.
I think, I mean, also we live by in this league, you pick them up, you play them. And I want to see Chun's big nuts here. Put him in the lineup. $54 worth of nuts. Put him in the lineup.
Put him in the lineup. Maybe he might have to. We'll get to that in the preview. Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
You had Quentin Jefferson for $12.
Johnston.
Yeah.
Quentin
Johnston.
Quentin Johnston was a first-round pick last year. He's a second-round pro now. I know that the Chargers under Harbaugh are in a run-first offense, but I like the targets, kind of 5 targets the first week, 6 targets second week, has 2 touchdowns. He's big body, could be targeted in the red zone, and I just need more depth. Sorry?
Didn't he run a touchdown in as well last week?
Did he? I don't know.
I believe he did. Yeah. So again, another kind of honestly kind of a Debo.
No, he didn't rush it in. He didn't rush it in. No.
Oh, I thought
no carries. I'd love it if he did, but no. That's okay. Yeah, I don't know. Someone else. I feel a little bit better about my bid here. It's probably one of the smarter bids I've done. There were 2 or 3 other bids for him. I think the highest was like $8. So I'm okay with $12 here. I think this is fine. Hopefully he can be a contributor moving forward. But I really, Debo Samuel being hurt, I just needed to add some more depth.
There was a $6 bid and a $1 bid.
Yeah.
$6, $8, whatever. Hey, people are putting money out there, and I wanted to get him. That's good. Thank you. Only rostered in 36% of leagues. Quentin Johnston, if you're looking for a deep wide receiver, might be your guy.
Another deep wide receiver, Jauan Jennings.
Oh, yeah. Yes. For $1.
For $1.
This guy's the backup to Debo, and Debo's hurt. So Jauan Jennings might be worth a pickup. Max, you gave it $1.
I gave it $1. Yeah. Just, flyer. I'm playing him.
Playing him?
Yeah. He's in the starting lineup. We'll see if he's, gathering a total of 9 targets over 2 games. Close to 100 yards over 2 games as a backup. Maybe he gets a little bit more involved in the Debo spot. But my wide receiver room is pretty weak. So decided
you think it was
this guy threw $1 at Quentin, and whichever guy I got, I was gonna throw in. So
do you miss Terry yet?
No. The Washington offense is boo-boo.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let's see what else. Jennings might be worth a pickup here with Debo being hurt for a bit. Dropped Christian Watson, who got you a goose egg last week. Obviously, this guy had a little bit of hype last year. Big body, caught some touchdowns, good speed, but this year, not so much. Did catch a touchdown in week 1, but the goose egg
bucket. What are you doing
burned you?
It's Malik Willis. I mean, that's what's going on here. Listen, everyone on Green Bay Malik Willis now as the starting quarterback. Everyone on Green Bay, their value has significantly dropped. Just like everyone on Miami, their value has significantly dropped. Malik Willis and Skylar Thompson are really, 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 really bad backups. And so
I heard a good thought from someone saying that Miami should call up Pittsburgh and try to get Russ out there. Yeah,
get Russ, or Ryan Tannehill is sitting on a couch. Like, somebody go get Ryan Tannehill, an actual
Kurt Warner
NFL quarterback who has won games in the NFL before. It's kind of crazy that he's has not been signed, because I mean, I don't know. I know Green Bay went out and got Malik Willis and traded for him in the offseason, but I believe that was because he's seen as a project that they want to, turn around. And it's unfortunate that Jordan Love had to go out the first week.
Yeah, and I think there's something else to be said here. There is like such a weird the state of play in the NFL changes. It really these guys, Malik Willis in week 2 is not going to be Malik Willis in week 8, right? These guys are going to make adjustments. Hopefully they improve. So I think there is some room for grace early on. We got to look for more data. We got to see more of a trend here. So some of these acquisitions and things that you do on your fantasy team, I think you can still have to be more patient with, and you understand that this investment of fab that you're spending now on these pickups is a long-term investment. It's just a different point in the season. It feels like it takes about a month for quarterbacks, running backs, for offenses to start getting some game fill. Their preparation is better because they have more game fill of their opponents. They know their offense better. They're still being coached up week to week. So just what we see in the week 1 or week 2 or even week 3 isn't, the locked in track for these guys. There should still be progress, or could be progress, for better play throughout the season. That's all I'll say on that note. Now we'll get to the free pickups. Bigsby, you're making all sorts of moves. What's going on here, pal?
Yeah, just
all sorts of move. Holy shit. So you pick up Samaji for free. You do pick up Kareem Hunt for free.
Yep.
Sean was willing to pay $10 for both of those. Derek Carr, we had mentioned. Just a whole change of the guard here.
It's it's kind of freeing when you don't like your team and you're willing to make these changes. I think what you're saying about long-term investments, like I'm kind of looking in the micro transactional, like day trading idea with fantasy right now.
Are you losing the forest for the trees, Blaine?
Yes, 100%. So I think there's sometimes you hang on to people for too long. I think you get this like hope that this person's gonna, evolve. You hear the talking heads say, "Oh, their snap percentage is going up," and there might be something else going on behind the scenes, whether that's the weekly matchup. And then you just keep on holding on. And for me, I'm kind of going more with just like more instant gratification with these people, and trying to find that like hot player early on who then like is then gonna like help me out through the rest of the year. So right now the KC running back room, that is gonna fix itself later when what's his face comes back. I'm horrible with Pacheco. So but right now it could be like a helpful for me to have, because I have a shallow running back room right now. So that's kind of like
so you added Hunter Henry and then you dropped Hunter Henry.
I did the same thing with Tyler Johnson.
Yep.
Happens.
You go back and forth.
You guys are tinkering. Yep. I'm just saying it's early.
At 2:30 a.m. there's no good decisions being made. So
some of these are at fucking what the hell are you doing? This is 2:26 a.m., 3:00 a.m.
True in life and in fantasy. Bad decisions happen at 2:30 a.m.
Yep. But we're rolling.
Drinking?
I think we lost the commissioner to bad internet.
Can you hear me?
We can hear him. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Different. It's my laptop, guys. I need a new laptop.
You went from you went into like the underworld, like in.
I'm back.
There it is. Yeah.
There goes. You really looked behind the curtain there, didn't you?
Wait,
I'm the Oval Office. I think a sneaky good ad here. One I'm kind of kicking myself for. I probably should drop there he is, Antonio Gibson.
Yeah.
Because the New England Patriots' best shot of winning football games is to run the ball. And Antonio Gibson is still young.
To Hunter Henry, apparently.
Well, that's just the Seahawks historically not being able to cover fucking tight ends, huh?
Yeah, what is that? Why can't we cover tight ends?
I don't know why. There's Seattle curses for all sports.
It's a whole new regime.
Whole new players, whole new scheme. Tight ends are really a valuable, asset in an offense. I'm not really sure. I don't think our linebackers had great games. We do know that we don't have a lot of name recognition at those positions. They're not guys that are
Are we doing a
traditionally.
mini episode of Hawk Talk right now?
Wow, we did get the music. Now we know we're in Hawk Talk. Well, I was playing pickleball on Sunday, so I didn't get to watch much of the game, but it did go to overtime, and we did win. I saw that.
Big gritty win over on the East Coast, Lambeau Field. Not Lambeau. Gillette. Gillette.
Gillette.
Field.
Yes.
The best a man can get.
All I really know about
Foxborough.
this game, Geno Smith, 75% completion percentage.
Yeah,
blocked
103 passer
from
rating.
Julian Love. Did you watch the game? I
I
couldn't
heard
make
it, and all that kept happening for me is I had JSN on my bench, and it was a completion to JSN, and he has another one. That's number 11, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah.
But hey,
JSN on the bench. Big game from JSN. Big game from DK.
Yep.
Who else? Who else had a big game? Charbonnet.
Charbonnet filled in. He had
Anyone
he
else?
did enough.
That was it. Okay.
30 or 40
What
rushing
else?
yards.
Who else is even on the Hawks? No Fant. He didn't. do
Our
much.
line looks good. Charles Cross is
Yep.
crushing it right now.
Yep.
Big boys up
Kenneth
front.
Walker again did not practice today. It sounds like might be out again this week.
Hey,
Charbonnet
Charbonnet has a week under his belt now, so
Yeah.
we're gonna roll with him again.
And
Yeah, I
obviously,
guess
like
so.
Kay Walker's a extremely talented, elusive running back, very good. But something about Charbonnet, I feel like fits more of this identity that maybe Mike McDonald wants our offense to have. But he's a better blocker. He's a little bit bigger bodied, a little bit more smash mouth, not as elusive. So it just kind of fits the physical style of play that we're used to seeing with Marshawn Lynch and running the ball, playing good defense. And then K9 being fresh can be just that explosive weapon. So Charbonnet, we knew he'd be a contributor.
And last week, we saw Miami just get ran all over, so we don't really need to throw the ball much. We can win the game on the ground, and with a backup quarterback throwing for Miami, we can win it with defense and just the ground game. So
Yeah, we could get a shot at being 3-0 here.
feels good.
Feels good. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. Hawk Talk.
And that's Hawk Talk. Okay, I think we've covered all the transactions on the waiver wire. Let's get into weekly previews.
Okay.
It's gonna be a quick episode, dude. It's pretty good.
So are we going straight to?
I don't know. Let's go to all of them.
Okay.
Let's
Or
just
we
do
can-
a quick, just like
Yeah.
who's gonna win.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we're gonna save. We want you guys first. Go down. This is a good one. Bobby versus Colin, both 1-1. Prediction has Colin at 117, Bobby at 111. What the hell? Colin has Dak Prescott and Justin Fields. They can't play two quarterbacks. We were just talking about Jamar Chase and that Bengals offense not looking good. I think he's higher in the power rankings. I think he's got more depth. Just based off of that, I would expect Bobby to win this game and go to 2-1.
Yeah, I think Colin has harder matchups, even though he's ranked higher. I think Bobby also gets this one.
Amen.
I like Colin here. I like Joe Mixon going up against Minnesota.
Against Minnesota? What they just did to San Francisco?
Yeah,
It still had Jordan Matthews still had 20 points.
Here we go.
They might lose the game, but Joe Mixon might be productive on the ground. Jamar Chase against Washington, you hope it's a get-right game for him. I think the biggest thing, obviously, is going to be that New Orleans Philadelphia game. If the two Philadelphia players on Colin's team, if New Orleans is for real and they beat Philadelphia, then you're probably looking at a Bobby win. But if they get exposed by Philly, who's coming off a brutal loss to Atlanta, and hopefully we'll have some fire in them, then I like Colin this week.
Yeah, I don't think the check mark on Jamar Chase and Devontae Smith and DK Metcalf really count, because I don't think that we're going to be throwing the ball as much against Miami. I think New Orleans is going to shut down Philly, and Jamar Chase, we were just talking about that Bengals offense. So I think all those check marks slide over to Bobby in that situation, and he gets the
Joe Mixon is banged up, did not practice today, and Philly's not playing good. New Orleans is playing good, and Colin is invested in Philly this week. All right, 2 of 3 are on Bobby to win his matchup. We also have the next matchup would be Chun versus my matchup. Oh God, 0-2 Commissioners versus the defending champ Lou.
Is this lineup set for you, Commish?
Not given. It depends on Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram got me a goose egg last week because he hurt his hamstring in warmups, which isn't great. So I'm not currently have another tight end on my roster available. I got Hawkinson in the IR. Might be picking up Hunter Henry here, depending on Evan Ingram's status. Would love to see Deebo Samuel get that O next to his name so I can move him to my IR spot and make a free pickup without having to drop anyone.
I hate it when teams don't announce like a doubtful or an out player.
It's just doubtful, so I can't move
the whole lineup. Yeah.
I don't know. I've gone back. I did pick up Geno, but Geno's playing Miami. It's a better matchup for Jared Goff, but it is on the road when Geno's going to be at home. I need something out of Michael Pittman. I need something out of Amari Cooper. I like the targets these guys are getting. They're wide receiver ones, but Deshaun Watson is absolute trash as not just a quarterback, but probably as a human being. And then Michael Pittman Jr. is also just struggling to find a connection with his quarterback and Anthony Richardson. So they're getting targeted. They're not catching the ball or making completions. If those guys can produce similar to what they did last year, and if Evan Ingram plays, there's already too many ifs. I do not like my odds here. I think I'm going 0-3. Lou's got it going on.
Yeah, you look at the projected, and then you look at the average, and you just see that his team is performing at a high level right now. So
140 this last week,
even with like Zach Charbonnet and like David Montgomery, like these guys aren't like the lead backs, but he's got them in the freaking lead spot, because he just is playing the hot hand. So yeah, I think Lou's got you this week.
Yeah, if Walker is a no-go for Seattle, that Charbonnet projection numbers got to go way up, and I would think it would go higher than Najee Harris against the Chargers there.
Charbonnet scoring 2 tutties this weekend.
Tim, you got to hope that Devontae is just going to have the game of his life against the high school team that is in Carolina. And Amari
bad matchup for Saquon this week against New Orleans. We were just talking about that.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't see it in your favor this week. And I think you go 0-3.
Can't remember the last time I've been 0-3, but you know what? I'm gonna accept it and with a positive attitude and just show everybody what it's like to be a gracious loser.
Oh, wow. We cannot wait to see that. Next is Land Before Time and Chunder Achievers.
Oof.
Looking
at the average of these teams, projected and average, Chunder Achievers is Chunder
Achieving.
Chunder achieved. He jinxed his team with that name. Brock Bowers is the best player on his team.
Who?
Brock Bowers.
Again, going up against Carolina, very favorable matchup there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't noticed the average column until today when Blaine just pointed it out.
Averaging 99
I'm
points.
a data guy.
That's way better than projected. Like, that's what you should be going off of, the average. I mean, just look at the average of Land Before Time over here. 145.1. Granted, it's only
Again,
2 weeks,
two
but, like,
2 weeks.
he's putting up numbers. Chris Godwin looks like he's, the Chris Godwin of 3 years ago.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb still is an elite wide receiver. Aaron Jones has really adapted well to the new team. I mean, he's got, and listen, he's got Jaden Daniels. I know I hate on that Washington offense, but the only good thing about that Washington offense is Jaden Daniels' legs.
Yeah.
And as long as he can stay healthy, that guy's going to run. Yeah, he might break records for rookie running quarterbacks because he can really move, which is why he's not passing the ball at all downfield.
Washington Commander fans have to be holding their breath when he runs because you just start thinking back to.
No, he's a twig.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like Robert Griffin III.
Robert Griffin, yeah. Well, I think we're all on Shun here, yeah. Or I mean,
no, Camille. It'd be harder on Camille. Rock hard on Camille.
Land Before Time on this one.
yeah. Let's not waste our time talking about the Chun anymore. Moving on. Sorry, Chun. Now we got the Scrapdoor versus Kefler.
Running through teams. I'm surprised Kefler's
I think Kefler's got it.
2-0.
Yeah. I think Kefler's the best team in the league right now.
Yeah. Kefler is 2-0.
On a production, yeah. I think if him and Camille were to go up against each other, I think Kefler takes it. He's got the dual threat running back in Lamar Jackson.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
Alvin Kamara is, having a hell of a year. Amon St. Brown looks like he's found his footing at least last week, so you hope that production will continue. I think Atlanta kind of proved that they can play a little bit of defense, so you'll have to see what's going to happen with Rashee Rice going up against that secondary, and that also plays into Alex's team too, because Patrick Mahomes threw 3 picks last week against Cincinnati. Yeah, I like Kefler big time here, and this can't be the final, and maybe it is for Alex.
Why wouldn't it be?
Go down to his bench.
It's just a huge line. I mean, an 18.4 line is.
It's gonna be closer than that. There's no way.
What's the bench look like on Alex's team?
Yeah, Pickens. Yeah, you can't play Pickens at this point. Sutton hasn't done anything. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I think it's going to be much closer than this. I don't see Kefler getting to 130. I don't think Zach Moss, Trey McBride, Rasheen Rice is going to be boomer bust. Atlanta's playing well. You just said that. Amon-Ra probably has a better game that he's had all year, but he still isn't quite healthy. Brian Robinson Jr., I don't know how this guy's maintaining any kind of value. But he is, because it's a shitty Washington squad. So it's Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara, with Amon-Ra being iffy. Good specialty positions for Kefler. But I definitely think Alex's squad is more solid than is giving credit to here. Diggs being the number 1 wide receiver. Rasheen Rice and Xavier Worthy will be interesting to watch that matchup. Yeah, Atlanta, Kansas City. That'll be one to watch. That'll be an interesting game to see if Atlanta's for real after beating Philly. But also another big game for this fantasy matchup is going to be Detroit, Arizona.
Yeah.
In Arizona. I'm going to pick Scrapdoor. That's true to my rankings.
Yeah, I'm on Kefler.
I'm a Kef guy.
All right. Bobby's joined the chat. Good evening, gents. Hello.
Hello, Bobby.
I don't think we picked you to win this week. You just missed it.
All right.
I definitely did.
And
we all think you're going to beat Colin. Sorry.
I picked Colin. Sorry, Bobby. You're
you picked Colin. That's right. And now we got the two co-hosts here facing off
Wait,
against
did we
each other.
do? We didn't do Andy and Matt.
That's game of the week, man. You ruined the surprise.
Game of them.
But this is
Max
kind of a
is
game
gonna
of
win.
two.
Max has got me.
I don't like
Two bottom feeder teams. I mean, Max should win.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I don't know what Javonte Williams gave up on Austin Eckler, huh?
I got the Williams sisters in there at running back. Like I got
Tank Dell.
freaking Lapat Hole as my fucking tight end. I've got
Well, that should be a high scoring game, though, right?
I've
They,
got dude
Arizona-
getting Adele for he's not doing shit. Roquan Smith
Let's
is probably my,
let's look at the
bright
bench.
spot.
Look at the bench real quick. So you don't like Eckler this week.
Look at what he's done. Click on Eckler.
a 9.1 average.
That's not bad.
Ankler. Yeah.
Look at
10
the receiving yards.
Look at the points.
That's where his
What
points
are you
at.
doing for me this week?
Okay, who are you starting in front of him at RB2?
The Williams sisters.
Javonte Williams on Denver. Let's see what he's up to. What has he been doing? Even less. Even less. And he's playing Tampa Bay. I don't like that one. I'd go with Eckler in the RB2.
You get off Eckler's jock. You love Eckler. Eckler did something for you 3.5 years ago.
It was only 2 years ago. Whatever. Hey, you
And
drafted
you
him,
can't
not
stop
me.
thinking about
Hey,
it.
you drafted him.
He was there.
Yeah, well, put him in your fucking lineup. I think it's better than
I like
Javonte
this play,
Williams.
Blaine.
I do like the wide receivers you made. You moved.
Alec Pierce obviously is the favorite wide receiver in Indiana. And I think going up against Chicago, they're going to shut down Michael Pittman Jr., as every defense has been doing all year long.
Okay.
And Alec Pierce will continue to have a good production there.
What is Bobby's photo on his?
A reindeer and a dead rat? What is that?
Is that what that is?
Is that the rat from the house?
I don't know what
Rest
we're
in
looking at.
peace.
I know Laporte has been underwhelming this year, but
The pothole? Yeah, he's a big
Pothole.
bump in my freaking
but
roster.
Arizona, that's going to be a shootout, and I think he's going to put up probably one of his best games.
That's why, I that's why I dropped. I picked up,
Hunter
what's his
Henry.
face from the Patriots, and I was just
This
like,
is the
you know
week
what?
Detroit
I
gets
ride or
it
die.
together. This is
Gotta
the week
keep him-
Detroit gets it together.
I hope so.
Rocking
Yeah,
Jared
you want
Goff.
that too. We want that, Tim. We want Detroit to get it
I'm
together.
rooting for you, bro. I'm rooting for you. Get Eckler
You
in
got
there.
the QB. You got Goff in your starting spot, so I'm hoping he does well too. Yeah.
Yeah. I do like the JSN and the Alec Pierce moves. But I don't know. You just look over at Max's team, Devon, A-Chain. Maybe A-Chain's been hard to deal with for really any good defense, but be a
Mhm.
good test against Seattle in Seattle. Brees Hall, Jordan Mason. I'm not as
This
hyped
guy
on
did
the
his
wide
homework.
receivers.
I love this. I love CJ Stroud. That's a great quarterback. Mason is amazing.
Gesicki. I'd like Gesicki on my squad right now. That's a good one.
Did you just pick him up, or did you have him?
Yeah, I picked him up for free today.
Yeah. Nice.
This morning before 7 a.m. I wasn't quite awake.
Well, yeah, up at 6:30 every day. Yeah.
Why isn't
that's
J.K.
good.
Dobbins? Isn't J.K. Dobbins doing really well?
I have no
He
place
is.
to put him. I've got too many running backs. No one in this league wants to talk trades.
Well, you haven't talked to me. I know my
Crap.
roster smells like shit, but hey, door's open.
There's just no spot for J.K. Dobbins. I probably should put him in for A-Chain, but I want to see what this Skylar Thompson is going to look
You
like.
want Jackson Smith and Jigba?
No, I don't.
He's got Tyler Lockett.
No, boo.
But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. A lot of hard matchups, right? Brees Hall going up against New England. That's a good defense. You hope Jordan Mason can continue to be productive against the Rams. Brian Thomas again in Buffalo. Jacksonville is kind of in disarray. He's gotten he got 10 points last week on like one big play. Juwan Jennings flyer for $1. We'd love to see it, but I don't know. And the Cowboys D, are they going to show up? Are they going to let 35 points happen again before half?
Who knows?
You know what? I got Glow Munch.
Yeah.
I got Glow Munch here. I like the wide receivers you got. I can see Tank Dell getting in the end. Oh my God. Tank Dell getting in the end zone.
I like Dank Tell.
Dank Dell. Who is Dank Dell?
We got some breaking news. Bobby's image is
here.
actually a crab drinking a Rainier. That's hot off the press.
I'm picking myself.
I'm picking Max. I'm picking Max
in the W column.
It's not like a humble like I'm gonna go against me because I want good. No, my team is.
Sam, you need to turn on a backlight. You look like a
dog.
ghost.
Shit, I am the wrecker of hopes and dreams come week 12. That's me. I look out for me when I just need one win to get into the playoffs, and then I'm gonna be lurking around the corner, just waiting. And my shit is just gonna go off for like that week, and I'm gonna just ruin someone's playoff hopes. That's all I hope for.
Yeah. Well, that's an honest way of making a living.
Yeah. Yeah, just Tanya Harding people's knees. Right before
it's week 2, fellas. It's week 2. Plenty of time. Let's go.
Yeah, I hope you get your first win on me, Max. That'd be great.
Let's go to game of the. Let's go to the game. Game of the week. Game of the week. Kind of 2 bottom feeder teams in the rankings, but they're both 1-1. One of them is going to be 2-1 by the end of this. We've got the former skunk Matt coming off his first win with Kyler Murray doing a lot, James Conner doing a lot, Drake London doing a lot. He's invested in Atlanta. If Atlanta can play well, that offense keeps moving. Drake London, Kyle Pitts might be nice. Zay Flowers against Dallas. I'm looking at it right now. I'm not loving the matchups. For Matt. I think that Detroit gets it together against Arizona. I think Dallas, Baltimore just lost to Vegas. I think they're going to struggle against Dallas.
Well,
Dallas
Kansas City just let New Orleans run all over them. So maybe Dallas isn't as good of a defense as we thought.
Well, maybe then it's if they're running, maybe it's Derrick Henry's then, huh? I don't know. Zay Flowers is a boomer bust type of player. But he does have Jameson Williams, so he's hedging his bets with Detroit there. That's interesting. He's kind of has a lot of the same players on the team.
Browns going against
Atlanta,
New York Giants.
Arizona.
That might be a big scoring defense for him this week.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. ESPN doesn't think he's going to win because on the other side, with Andy Stack, who was ready to jump off a bridge after the draft after week 1, is back in the driver's seat. Bijan Robinson had a good game. Nico Collins had a good game, although he looks like he's injured. Mark Andrews bounced back again. And then, of course, we did talk about James Cook. James Cook in Jacksonville, I would expect to continue moving along. Brock Purdy against the Rams. So Brock Purdy's really going to be tested now. No CMC, no Deebo Samuel. They're coming off a loss. It's a lot more riding on Brock Purdy to really lead this offense. Do you guys believe in Brock Purdy?
I believe in Jordan Matthews. And for the team on the left,
Of course you do.
that does not have Christian McCaffrey, who is now on the IR, who now will not be returning until the middle of October at the earliest. I believe in Jordan Matthews. I believe in the Niners. The Niners are going to be fine, but the Skunk Boy part do. You could have Jordan Matthews on your team, Skunk Boy. Just
go ahead and make your pitch. He doesn't listen to this. Jordan Mason.
Huh?
Jordan Mason?
What did I say?
Matthews.
Oh yeah, Jordan Mason.
Good sell. Good sell.
Tell me more about this Jordan Matthews.
Jordan Matthews was a wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles like 6 years ago.
and was very
Yeah. Well,
irrelevant.
I think it's interesting. If you look at the data, you'll see that this is a game where actually the projected disagrees with the average. So like Matt's average is higher than Andy's, but he's projected lower.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
it's an interesting inverse hyperbole movie about.
Numbers.
Yeah, I like Skunk Boy. I think this is Skunk Boy's game to lose here. I choose Skunk Boy.
I'll say it too. I think he's got some interesting matchups. He's invested in Atlanta, Arizona. That's gonna be big games. Tougher matchups, maybe high scoring games. I guess when I look at those matchups, I think they're gonna be close games. Then I look over at Andy's team. I don't know what he's doing with his dub R2 these last few weeks, but he's really trying to find someone there. Khalil Shakir, Buffalo against Jacksonville. Who's on his bench? What is he doing with this guy? He's been
decent.
He got a touchdown the first week, and he got 5 catches for 50 yards the second week. Okay.
He ran a ball.
and he got the carry, and he got the 1 carry off 5 targets. Not a lot of targets there. Interesting. I'm not so sure that I believe in San Francisco. They just lost to Minnesota. Minnesota's rallied without their number one, rallied around Sam Darnold. A big fan. The podcast is of Sam Darnold. I don't know why I said
I like
that.
Matt's bench too. I think he's got a pretty good bench. Devontae Foreman, Darnell Mooney, Christian Kirk has been on kind of in a slump, but he's he's been good.
Definitely on the other bench. Gotta hate that bench. Hate that bench. It sucks.
It's a stinky bench. People have been
I'll
sitting
go with Matt.
butt-ass naked on that bench.
If I were Andy, I would put Alan Lazard in. I think the Jets. I think that's a good matchup against New England pass defense, especially after what the Seahawks just did.
Lazard was a hot pick last year because he was supposed to have some chemistry, familiarity with Aaron Rodgers. But
he had a good first week. 23.9 points on 9 targets, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns
against San Francisco. Yeah, get Lazard back in the lineup.
Get Lazard in there over Khalil
for sure. And then it's really not a bad lineup.
I'm interested to see how this goes because again, Carolina. I feel like if you have anyone playing Carolina any week, you got to play them.
Yeah,
you got to start them. And I think Madison has been the guy in Las Vegas, but maybe Zamir White, who came into the season with more hype, will have a boom game.
Perhaps a diamond in the rough. God, now I think this will be close. This is a good game of the week. Someone's going to be 2-1.
I'm picking Andy Stack.
All right.
Skunk Boy.
I'm going to pick Skunk Boy as well.
All right.
There you have it, folks. 48 minutes in and out. Quick adventure.
Officially 48 minutes, but podcast wherever you get your podcast.
I forgot we were recording for 12 minutes before we went live.
Hopefully.
Don't you ever take me off the screen
Good to
again.
see you, homies.
Oh, that was
the
cool.
ingredients won't like the hot dog.
Yeah.
Bye.